Hello, my name is Monica Orso, and I am the Director for the Office of Freshman Advising. I want to extend a personal welcome to all of you. In this presentation, I will explain a few processes that will not only help you to register for your classes today, but also help you throughout your time with us at McNeese. Let's meet our advising team. Starting from left to right, we have Ms. Kim, who advises for the College of Science, Engineering, and Math. Next to her is Ms. Serena. She advises for the College of Agricultural Sciences and the College of Business. Ms. Ashley advises for the Colleges of Liberal Arts and the College of Education. And our new advisor, not pictured here, is Ms. Lauren, and she advises for the College of Nursing and Health Professions. It's important that you download these two apps to your phone, Navigate Student and Microsoft Authenticator. I will have Dr. Tiffany Goff, who is our Navigate coordinator, to speak more on the benefits of using Navigate Student.
One of the ways you will be able to stay connected on our campus is through the Navigate 360 app. This app is a powerful tool that will help make your experience at McNeese a successful one. Through the app, you can make appointments with your professor or your advisor. You can view your class schedule and information about holds on your account. You can also create and view to-dos and see events happening on campus. You can also use the app's hand raise feature to get help for a class through tutoring or accessibility services. You can access campus maps and other resources, including information about your major and degree program. You can also find study buddies that you can connect with when preparing for projects and exams. To download the Navigate 360 app, you have two options. You can search for the Navigate app in your phone's App Store. Look for the blue and white building icon, and then use the drop-down menu to find McNeese University. Then you can use your student email to sign in. Or you can scan the QR code that you see here or in your advising paperwork to access the app automatically, and then sign in using your student email. If you should have any issues logging in, you can email navigate@mcneese.edu.
You should have gotten a text or an email from Freshman Advising reminding you to download the Microsoft Authenticator app prior to today. We will need this for registration. If you don't have it downloaded, go ahead and download it now. The QR codes are on the screen. This app is important for your time with us at McNeese because it allows us to authenticate who you are using a two-factor authentication process. So every time you log into your email or go into the Banner portal, you'll be able to use the Authenticator app to verify who you are. So what is freshman advising? You'll meet with your freshman advisor every semester you're within the department to go over your progress and to prepare to register for the upcoming semester. You will remain with freshman advising until you meet your sophomore hours requirement, and we will let you know when we transfer you to your academic department. Some of the things that we do provide for you is your alternate PIN, which changes each semester. You'll need that for registration. You will find that on your advising worksheets today. You will receive course recommendations and alternates in case something is full. We look at your degree plan and any credits you may be coming in with, and we determine the best courses that might align to your degree. We also check in on your current classes if you're a continuing student, and check on your progress to see how you're doing at midterms, if there are extra supports needed to help you to be successful at McNeese. The advising worksheet can be found in your folder, and it includes important information needed for you to register for your classes. The worksheet will include your student ID number, which is the second or the third block on the left-hand side. It's listed right next to the word password. Your student email, which will be your username when you log into the Banner system. You'll need this for registration. Your major and concentration, your alternate PIN numbers all the way at the top, and then a list of proposed classes in this midsection here. These are the classes that we propose you to take based off of what we can see in the system. List of alternate courses. So if something is full, or if should you already have credit for it, but we don't see it on our end, these are other courses that you can register for. List of recommended hours will be listed here. 12 hours are considered full-time, but we often advise students to register for 15 for several reasons. You want to complete your degree within 4 years. Also, if you have financial aid and should you do poorly in one class and you need that availability to drop a class but still be considered full-time, 15 gives you that leeway should you drop a 3-credit course. We also will enlist the important dates for the upcoming semester, as well as your highest English and your highest math score. This is important for math placement and English placement. So depending on what we have in our system, this is what we will recommend that you take in your advised courses. Prior credit that we see, if you're a dual enrollment student and you have a transcript that you've submitted to us, or you've completed dual enrollment credit through McNeese, we will list what we see in the system. Look over this carefully. If you do not see something that you have credit for, be it a transcript from a college or university, or AP or CLEP scores, or higher test scores, it's important that you send that to freshman advising. So you can email freshman advising with the proof of those scores, and we can talk about how to adjust your schedule. At the bottom are important notes from your advisor. It's important that you read over these carefully. Another important handout you will find in your folder are instructions on how to register in Banner. You can pull this out whenever you're in the lab and follow step by step. You will also find a handout on using the class search, and it will list important designations for section types, as well as how to look at different features of the class search. To better help you plan your schedule and see it visually, we've included a puzzle paper handout that will help you to organize your classes by day and time, include any personal obligations such as work, extracurriculars to avoid time conflicts, and also list alternate options and online class sections at the bottom so that whenever you're looking at your puzzle paper, you kind of look at a potential schedule and register for it. It's important to also list your CRN numbers for the sections you want to take on this puzzle paper, and we'll talk more about that in just a little bit. To log in, you'll go to the my.mcneese.edu homepage and click the My McNeese button in the top right-hand corner. You will use your student email to log in, which is listed on your advising worksheet, and your password initially is your student ID number. You can change this at a later point. You will complete the two-factor authentication process, at which may text or call your phone number or use the Authenticator app to log in. Should you have issues, you can call the IT help desk at 337-475-5995. You will use the class search to pick out which course sections you want to register for. You will search for your classes by selecting first the subject and the course number, which are listed on your worksheet. The following slides will explain what information can be found in the class search. So for example, if you were advised to take English 101, English would be the subject, 101 would be the course number. When looking at the class search, there are several things you can look at, and we'll kind of go over several things. All of this information is included on your handout, so we don't expect you to memorize this, but we will go through. So the CRN is the 5-digit number you'll need to register for a particular section. Below it will also tell you the length of the class. A full-term class is a regular semester. There are some terms that are 7A or 7B. Those are 7-week courses, and they're usually accelerated. The middle column here is the subject, course number, and section. The building and room number are listed below it. The subject name and the instructors assigned to the course. You'll see the instructors' names, and sometimes you'll see staff listed. The 3 indicates 3 credit hours for this particular course. UG stands for undergraduate, and below it you'll find days of the week. If you do not find days of the week here, so for example, this last one, look back under where the location is and it'll tell you it's an online course. When it comes to the day of the week designations, we use single letters. MWF stands for Monday, Wednesday, Friday. T and R stand for Tuesday and Thursday. So should you see something as listed as just R, be aware that it is a Thursday class. And then we have the time frame for the courses. Some courses will have multiple days and times listed. So make sure you indicate that on your puzzle sheet should you register for something that has multiple times or multiple days. The N column is the beginning, the first day of class, and last day of class. The numbers above it have to do with the numbers that have registered for the class. So the number of seats for this course is 18. 18 have registered, therefore there are 0 seats available. So if you look on the last column, any red number will indicate that it is a full course, meaning you're not able to register for it directly. You would have to get a seat permit to get into it. So this third option with the negative number indicates that 3 students sought out seat permits from the department head. Green numbers indicate sections that have seat availability. So another indicator is this first column here. You see full listed, and then you see nothing next to these. The ones without the full next to them are open to register for. The ones with full, of course, like I mentioned, you would need a seat permit. There are different department heads for different classes. You have a handout in your folder of the department heads and their contact information should you need to try to get into a certain course for your major. And the last part of the registration process, once you have all your CRNs for the sections that you would like to register for, you have to put the numbers in the boxes and click submit changes so that those courses are added to your schedule. That will make it official. Should you get any errors, it will tell you what type of error it is. Time conflict means that 2 of the CRNs or more have overlapped in time, which is why that puzzle sheet is important, because it can have you look at visually where your classes are to avoid those type of conflicts. You can't register for the same course twice, even if they're different sections. If there's something that needs a special permission, it will tell you. So just make sure to read over those errors carefully, and you can always contact your advisor to get more information. There'll be people in the room helping you register today, so don't be afraid to ask questions. Should a course be full, either today or later on whenever you're adjusting your schedule, once registration opens for all, there are different options available to you. You can register for one of the alternate courses that were listed on your advising worksheet, or you could email the course's corresponding department head to request a seat permit. If you email your advisor, they can send you a how-to handout that kind of walks you through that process. But just be aware that the request for a seat permit is up to the discretion of the department head, so it's not guaranteed. So I often advise students to register for a backup class just in case they can't get into the course they're requesting a permit for. Then the third option would be the Coursical app to monitor seat availability for desired course section. There is a small fee associated for the download. It's not a McNeese product, but it helps students to monitor classes. You can use it multiple semesters. Some students use it throughout their time at McNeese, and it's a watcher. So it looks over the courses, and once seats open up in a particular course, you'll get a text letting you know that the seat is available to register for. Just be aware that multiple people may be watching for a particular course. So it's whoever is the first to register for it gets the seat. As a McNeese student, you have access to a Microsoft 365 account that is listed on your advising worksheet, your student email. It'll have your name or abbreviation at mcneese.edu. Gives you access to the Microsoft apps like Outlook, which is email, Word, Excel, Teams, OneDrive, and so on. But we want you to start checking your McNeese email daily. This is the only email you should use when you're reaching out to faculty and staff. It's a more secure account. And occasionally you may find some spam email. If it's anything asking you to verify your account in the email, or you're in danger of losing your account, or job opportunities, don't click on any of those links. You could report that to IT or delete them. But we just want to make sure that we have a consistent area in which students are checking their information. Also, a good tip is to include your student ID number and your name in your email signature. If that's something you need help with, you can talk to an advisor and they can help you out. So next, you'll briefly meet with your advisor to go over your advising worksheet, ask any questions, or notify them of any missing credit or test scores. You can email freshmanadvising@mcneese.edu with proof of those scores, and we can give you some suggestions on how to change or adjust your schedule. But be aware, there are alternate courses listed, so should you have credit for something, we advise you to pick one of the alternate courses. After meeting with your advisor, you will follow the designated group leader to the computer lab to begin registering for classes. And after registering, you will go to lunch and then check out the other sessions that will give you important information about your time here on campus. There are different sessions that housing, financial aid, scholarships, all of these different important areas that will help you be a successful student. And then lastly, there's a checkout table that will require you to have your exit ticket. And in your packets or your folders, you will find the exit ticket information, and we'll go over that next. So when you're at the checkout table, they'll ask you to show your schedule if you were able to register today. If you were not able to register and you needed to change your major, show them the email that you completed the change of major form. You will also show your Cowboy Camp sign up, which is an email that should have been sent to you once you signed up for Cowboy Camp, and complete the advising survey. So once you're at the table, you'll show this, you'll get your sign, and you'll be done for the day. All of our freshman advisors monitor the freshman advising email daily. So should you have any questions or concerns and you don't know who your advisor is or you don't remember their contact information, you can email freshmanadvising@mcneese.edu and we'll be able to help provide you with best course of action. Should you want to change your major, please see the advisor in the room for the QR code to start that process. Just be aware that you will not be able to register until registration opens April 11th at 1 for everyone. Just make sure to show the confirmation email that you are changing your major at checkout. This concludes our freshman advising presentation. Your next step will be to register for classes. Thank you for your time and thank you for choosing McNeese. Go Pokes!